Yeah, baby. What's up, people? What's going on? We are back and we are live in the building. I know it's been a long time. I apologize. It's been too long, man. But your boy is back. Your boy is live. I think we got a couple of folks out there in the chat. I appreciate y'all being here in the chat. My man Jimmy Fire Dragon showing up early as usual, doing his Jimmy Fire Dragon thing. What's up, bro? How you doing? That's right. Hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, you can do all that YouTube stuff. We got my man El Cholesterol. Oh my God, I haven't seen that man in forever. What's up, bro? How you been? What's going on with you? All right, there's some weird stuff going on. Where? Okay, so I see Joe. Joe is in the chat, but Joe's comment is not showing up in StreamYard. But everybody else can comment is. This is some weird stuff going on. I don't know what the hell's happening. But what's up, Joe? How you doing, Bite J? I see you, man. Even though I can't highlight your comment for whatever strange reason, but I see you out there. Appreciate you. Oh, you got a notification? Yeah, I know, because it's been like a month, yo. I have not been live in a month on the channel, so I know it's been a while. But yeah, we here. We out here today, man. Hey, yo, Cholesterol, I've been good, bro. I've been taking it one day at a time, man, but I've been good. But let's go ahead and get into the intro and get into the conversation here because, yo, this one's going to get heavy tonight. This might get a little bit deep tonight. It might get a little bit deep out here, bro. What's up, Janosis? How you doing, man? Good to see you, bro. Hopefully you're doing well. But, here we go. Let's go to work. Been a month, man. It's been a month. Damn, it's been way too long. Good Lord, Viper, you're terrible. It's been too long, though. But let's go to work. Woo! Yeah. What's up, people? This your boy, Viper, the man about tech. Back again for the video. And it's been way too long since I've been able to do that introduction. It is tried. It is true. It's almost 10 years into the game out here. But your boy is back and we are live out here. So I wanted to come on here and talk to y'all tonight about all the stuff happening with Tim Cook and Apple right now. So what really got my attention yesterday was actually let me just show you what's going on here. What really got my attention yesterday was when I saw this headline that Tim Cook is out here going to lobby the government to talk to the government about immigration, right? He's going to lobby for immigration to the U.S. government. So where is it? Where we at? Whoop, there it is. So that's what we talking about here, right? All right. So before I go any more in here, I don't really like to address politics on the channel. I try to avoid politics like the plague. However, tonight is very difficult for me to avoid the politics because all of this stuff is embroiled and wrapped up in and around politics. So if politics is not your thing, I apologize, but this stream is not the one for you. We're not going to get deep into the politics. Again, I don't do that, but it's impossible to talk about this conversation, or it's impossible to have this particular conversation and not talk about the politics that surround this conversation. So with that disclaimer out of the way, this headline dropped yesterday about Tim Cook lobbying or promising to lobby the U.S. government on immigration. Now, we all know what's been going on with immigration and ICE and everything like that, right? I'm not going to get too deep into that. We all know what's happening, right? It's wrong. It's inhumane. It's not human. It's not, frankly, it's not really what the United States was founded on, but I'm not going to get too deep into that. I think we all understand that this is not a good thing. But it really just rubbed me the wrong way seeing it from Apple and Tim Cook, especially considering when Tim Cook was the guy who donated $1 million to Donald Trump's inauguration fund. Like, let me bring this up. Where's it, right? Where's it, right? Aaron, the tweet. I don't know. Let me remove that so we can bring this back. I need clarity, bro. I need to understand what's happening, Tim Cook. What are you doing out here, man? Like, what's going on? So if we switch the details right here, right? If we switch here to show y'all what's going on here, this is the same Tim Cook who donated $1 million to Donald Trump's inauguration fund. Huh? What? What the hell you mean you gonna lobby the government when you are in that man's pocket, right? And if that wasn't enough, I got more, people. I got more. Let me switch it up, fam. Let me switch it up. Viper's not done tonight. Let me switch it up. Woo! Now let me go back to my other bookmark here, right? So we got that stuff going on, and then we got this. Can y'all see this? Let me see y'all. Y'all see this? Yes, look at this. He gifted Donald Trump a 24 karat gold plaque. Huh? What? Huh? What? Right? That's Tim Cook, right? That's Tim Cook. That is Tim Cook, okay? Nobody in the world looks like Tim Cook. Actually, that's a lie. The guy from Jurassic Park World, let's see, what is it, Real or Fallen Kingdom? The guy from Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom actually looks a lot like Tim Cook. But I digress. That's Tim Cook. That's who he is. That's what he is, gifting Donald Trump that 24-karat gold plaque, right? That's what it is. That's what's going on. So, between the $1 million donation to his inauguration fund and him gifting this guy a 24-karat plaque, what do you mean you're lobbying him for immigration? What exactly are you going to lobby? Tim Cook? What? How? How did that work? I don't understand this stuff. What are we talking about here? Like, what are you going to say to him? Sir, I know I donated to you and I gifted you with a plaque, but we need to talk about your immigration policies. What? Bruh, I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, let me get to the chat. Joe says, I don't think Tim Apple is doing this out of the kindness of his heart. He needs those HB1 workers at Apple. This isn't charity. Still. Like, it just, am I the only one who thinks that this reeks of hypocrisy from Tim Cook and Apple? I mean, because here's the thing, right? I was actually, before I found out this news, I was ready to come on here live tonight and talk about how people are talking about Tim Cook tarnishing his legacy because of how he's like tried to ingratiate himself with Donald Trump. And I'm just like, Apple is not a person. You can't really humanize Apple. They're going to do what they have to do to make the most money possible and maintain their bottom line. So if that means that trying to curry favor with Trump in order for him to reduce or eliminate the tariffs, that's what Tim Cook is going to do. Not to mention he is there to appease his shareholders. He's not there to appease the captain of Team Apple or my Apple chat here. He's not here for us. He's there for the shareholders, right? So that was going to be my original live stream tonight. But then this stuff happened yesterday. And I'm like, huh? Whoa, Tim Cook. Whoa, Big Timmy. Whoa, time out. I need clarification. Time out. So you went from giving him money to trying to bribe him with gifts. Now you want to talk to him about immigration. And to some of y'all point, Apple has workers that have visas and different things like that. So now he wants Donald Trump to not mess with his workers. Man, I'm sorry. I get it, y'all. But it just seems hypocritical on Tim Cook and Apple. It's a bad look for Apple, yo. It's a bad look for Tim Cook. It's a bad look for Apple. It's very, very difficult for me to take Tim Cook seriously when you're talking out of both sides of your mouth as it relates to a very important subject time in this country as it relates to how people feel about this particular administration. And you've been seen in public bending the knee on one hand, and now you're going to try to talk for the people out the other side of your mouth. Like, pick a lane, Tim Cook. Pick a lane, baby. You can't be Tim Cook the savior and then Tim Cook the brown noser. You can't be both, player. You got to pick a lane, Tim Cook. Pick a lane, my guy. This is terrible. It's a bad look, okay? A bad look. Hey, I get all that. But still, it's a bad look. It just looks terrible. And maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just being overreactive about this, but it's a bad look. So I was talking about this in my Twitter space today, and the subject matter came up about, would Apple be better off without Tim Cook, which is the highlight of tonight's live stream, right? And for me, this is a very difficult question to attack because I feel like there are two sides of the camp on this one, right? Is Apple better off without Tim Cook? Well, if you are more business-minded and you look at how Tim Cook took Apple from wherever they were when he took over in 2011 to now being today over $3 trillion in market value and market cap and whatnot, then hell no, Tim Cook is not, Apple's not better off without Tim Cook. Apple reached ridiculous financial heights and revenue heights with Tim Cook behind the helm, right? We went from 2 iPhones to now we have 1,000 iPhones, but now there's an iPhone for every price point. Anybody who wants an iPhone today can afford one, where that wasn't necessarily true back in 2014 or whatever when he took over. I think he took over in 2011, but back when there was only like one iPhone or whatever, everybody wasn't necessarily able to afford the iPhone back in the day, but now they can because there's an iPhone for every price point, right? But there's the other side of the fence who feels like Apple will be better without Tim Cook because they feel like since Tim Cook has taken over, the product quality of Apple has gone down. I mean, there have been people on this very channel that have talked about the product quality of Apple going down. I mean, my man LeBaron Burton, who's been a guest on this channel multiple times, has talked about straight up to my face and your face, talked about how he feels like Apple would be better off without Tim Cook, or when Tim Cook took over, he felt like the quality of Apple products went down since Tim Cook took over, right? And that we need to think about, Tim Cook and who he was before he became CEO. Before he became CEO, Tim Cook was the logistics guy. He was the COO, the Chief Operating Officer, right? Which meant he handled all the logistics about how Apple got their products to stores and different things like that on time, handled the shipping and freighting things with Apple, basically the numbers and different things like that, basically the logistics of the product and whatever. That's what Tim Cook was doing before he became CEO. So, then you promote him to CEO, and now he has to oversee the entire company, but he doesn't have that product visionary background that Steve Jobs had. So it's like a complete different person at the helm. But again, you can't say that Tim Cook was a bad CEO because he took Apple to like ridiculous financial heights. Like, it's kind of crazy. But if you are an Apple purist as far as wanting the best Apple product and the best Apple product experience, Tim Cook is probably a letdown. I mean, let's count the ways in which Tim Cook has let down the Apple customer over the past 15 years, right? The number one thing that y'all know I've talked about is Apple intelligence, or in this case, Apple unintelligence. It's not very intelligent, but it's still out there. That is like probably the number one fail under Tim Cook so far. But it doesn't stop there, y'all. Let's talk about the Apple Vision Pro. As you all know, because you all helped me buy it, I was a previous owner of the first Vision Pro, right? And the main critique of the original Apple Vision Pro from me and anybody else who had one, it was two main critiques: the weight, the price. So how did Tim Cook and Apple address those main complaints that was universal from all of us? They came out with Vision Pro 2, which was heavier and the same price. What? Were you not listening, Tim? Did you not listen to all the videos that were done about the Apple Vision Pro 1 back in 2024? We told you what the problem was. It was too heavy and it cost too much. And your answer, your solution for version 2 is to make it heavier in the same price? Bruh, what is going on? What is going on? I don't know what's going on. But that was a fail. And Vision Pro, I mean, by a lot of accounts, I wouldn't say it's a fail because I feel like it's a great product. But as far as sales numbers and actually, it having a dent in Apple market cap and whatnot, probably a fail. We can go back to the butterfly keyboard massacre back in 2018 or whatever. I think it was 2018, where Apple had defective keyboards and they had to, I think they suffered a class action lawsuit over the defective butterfly keyboard, right? Also, don't forget about Binggate. The scandal of all Apple scandals involved my boy Unbox Therapy Lou, Binggate, which single-handedly forced Apple to rethink how they built out the structural integrity of all iPhones after Binggate. I mean, damn. Oh, did I mention AirPower? Y'all, some of y'all might not even know what AirPower is because technically it doesn't exist. It never existed, but it was announced by Tim Cook. But it was announced, but it never existed because they never got it off the ground. So that was another fail. And I don't know. I mean, there's other things I can go on about, but again, these are product failures under the watch of Tim Cook. Again, I'm not saying that Tim Cook is the worst CEO in the world, but when it comes to being a product visionary, he's not Steve Jobs, but nobody is. But still, these are very notable fails under Tim Cook. But that doesn't say that he didn't have his level of success as well. He had Apple Pay, Apple Watch, the AirPods. I mean, damn, the AirPods are probably the most popular earbuds of all time. And still today, you can't touch AirPods, right? So between the Apple Watch and the AirPods, Tim Cook is like looking good, okay? The Apple ecosystem, right? That's the Tim Cook thing. The Apple ecosystem and how everything works together, I would put that under Tim Cook as well. Pretty successful how he pretty much locks you into the ecosystem and with the way everything works. Crazy. So cool. What's going on? All right, let's see. So, I mean, again, going back to the main question. Actually, no, before I go back, let's go to the chat. A lot of y'all got opinions about that. I want to make sure I get you all in here and not be ranting and raving about this. Let's see. All right. Joe says he's getting flack from his employees about not doing enough, so he's trying to make it look like he's speaking out. It was all performative. That's a good point. I think it's a performative as well. Very performative. You are not kidding about that. That is very correct. All right, let's see. Gwendolyn says it's a bad look for America that you have to bribe the president to get favor regarding tariffs and visas. Oh, it's a terrible look. Although somebody brought up to my attention that this is not the first time that a tech company or tech CEO have tried to curry favor with a president. This is just the most recent instance of it happening. So this is not a new thing per se, but this in this particular situation, it's just like, I don't know. I think it held more because a lot of people don't like Donald Trump and they don't like what he's doing with the country and for the country. And to see Tim Cook bend the knee like that so publicly, I think it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. But this is not the first time that a tech CEO or whatever have bent the knee to a president. I will freely admit that for sure. All right, JJ says, Viper, did you originally vote for Trump, but now regret? Okay, not even getting into that. Not even answering that. Not even getting into that. If by the way I'm talking to you, if you can't figure out the answer to that, I can't help you. I think I have provided more than enough context clues in this conversation alone to determine the answer to that question. I'm not answering it, but if you're smart enough, you should know the answer to that question, okay? That's why I will leave it at that. I ain't even got to go any further with that, okay? We ain't got to go any further. All right. That's what I'm talking about. The nerds. They are like, yo, bye, Tim. The nerds have no love for Tim Cook. They like, get out. They like, get the stepping. The nerds like, get the stepping, fam. Get the stepping. The nerds are like, yo, get out. We want better Apple products now. Get out. I love you, Jones. Never change, you Jones. Never change, my guy. All right, Bob says Apple product quality has never been better. What? The pricing are now the best in the industry. Wait. Apple product quality has never been better? Huh? What? All right. Okay. Time out. Let me delete the comment real quick. When you say Apple product quality has never been better, maybe for you, but I have heard like ungodly amounts of complaining about iOS 26 and how people just don't like it. It's buggy. And I've heard about this for multiple iOSs now. Like it has been in the past 5 years, I'd say there's been at least 2 or 3 times where a major iOS has been released and people are complaining about the level of bugginess. So I don't know if I would say that Apple product quality has been the best it's ever been. I don't know if I can go that far. I know I can't go that far. I cannot go that far, fam. I can't agree with you on that one, bro. I can't do it. Janosa says the mass consumer will take a loss with Tim Cook gone. What do you mean take a loss? I'm not understanding that. Well, how would they take a loss? I'm confused. You need to elaborate on that for me. Joe says Tim gave us the AirPods and Apple Watch, 2 great products that took over their respective industries. The quality thing is a fair argument, but they do a lot more now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, like I said, AirPods and Apple Watch are juggernauts. They could be industry by themselves. And those happen directly under the tutelage of Tim Cook. So, Joe, you are absolutely correct. We got to give him credit for that for sure. Quality of product and software. Both. They're both been kind of questionable under Tim Cook. Again, I alluded to a few of the instances where the product hardware was not up to snuff. The butterfly keyboard, Bing Gate, where I was told the software with iOS has been kind of buggy. There's a lot of people that are complaining about iOS 26 not being to their liking and different things like that. So there've been a few instances of things kind of lacking under the leadership of Tim Cook. But again, I feel like it just depends on which side of the aisle you're on as far as if you believe that Apple will be better off without Tim Cook. If you're asking me, the Capital Team Apple, I'll say this before I get to Gwendolyn here. I am hella aware that Tim Cook has done more for Apple than most people during their time at that company as far as the way that he had raised their market cap and market value, right? Like from where he got Apple at in 2011 to what he's done as far as making them a $3 trillion company cannot be ignored. Like Tim Cook will be studied in business school forever. With that being said, their product quality has taken some hits under Tim Cook. I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world, but I had a legendary problem with AirPods Max. I don't know if y'all remember, I was on the live stream with Jason from Painfully Honest Tech back in the day when they first came out, and I was complaining to high hell about how I sweated. When I sweated wearing them, actually wearing them made me sweat, but they made me sweat so bad that the sweat slipped into the ear cups because Apple designed them so poorly that the sweat got into the drivers and messed up the audio, right? That's a thing that happened with my AirPods Max. The condensation from my sweat got into the driver because Apple did not design them properly. So it's things like that I just look like, damn, man, you couldn't come up with a better solution? Like, what are we doing here, Tim Cook? That's on Tim Cook. So do I think there is a possibility where if Tim Cook leaves and, John Turner, who's supposed to be the next CEO, takes over and he's more product-centric, do I feel like there's a possibility that we could get better products down the road? Yes, I hope so. I mean, nothing is guaranteed, but I would hope that with somebody more product-centric at the helm of the company, more attention to detail will be paid to the actual product that Apple puts out. That's the hope. Again, it might be a pipe dream because they're so big now that they can't really change the way they do products. I don't know, but the hope is that with a product person at the helm, you get better products, hopefully. All right, going back to Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn says, Steve Jobs picked up for a reason. Folks made the same money during his tenure. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, my God. Folks made a killing during Tim Cook's tenure, including a lot of Apple channels. I mean, damn, we got, I'm going to go down the line here. John Prosser from Front Page Tech, Zolo Tech, Brandon Butch, Everything Apple Pro, iJustine, Mark and Brownlee. I mean, damn, can I keep going? Viper. I mean, I might have made a few dollars from Apple, not directly from, indirectly from my YouTube channel back in the day, the main channel anyway, not this channel, not the other channel, but the main channel. I might have made a few coins from talking about Apple, maybe a little bit. Not nothing major. I made a few coins, Talos of Tech. What we got? We got Patrick Rambles out there today doing his thing. I see you, Patrick. What's up, bro? Flossie Carter out there getting money from Apple. We all ate, bro. We all out here eating from Apple, fam. Okay. I am not here for any content creator talking about how they did not make money from Apple. Okay. Apple didn't pay you directly. No. But we have all made money talking about Apple and covering Apple in substantial ways since Tim Cook has been CEO. Without question, okay? We have feasted. We have eaten good. That is just the God's honest truth, okay? And it's funny because I saw somebody online yesterday talk about how Apple paid people to talk about their products. No, the hell they don't. Okay. I don't know how many times I got to explain it to y'all. Other creators have tried to explain it to people. No, not to y'all, but people in general. Apple does not pay creators to talk about their product because Apple does not have to. Okay. Okay. What did I just say? I just said that the entirety of tech YouTube has eaten good covering Apple. Okay. So when that is happening out there and Apple is making all of us money, why the hell would Apple have to pay anybody? I mean, we're all getting paid just by the attention that our channel get by covering Apple. They don't need to pay anybody. Apple is a juggernaut. People will bend the knee to Tim Cook just to cover Apple, okay? Ain't nobody getting paid by Apple to talk about Apple products unless it's like a marketing campaign or something like that. Then maybe. But as far as tech creators and tech reviewers getting paid by Apple, it doesn't happen. It's not a thing, you all. It's never been a thing. It's not how Apple operates. And frankly, Apple doesn't need it. They don't need to pay people because people are going to talk about Apple anyway because it brings traffic. Even Android channels talk about Apple. Okay. Let me repeat that for the people in the back, just in case you didn't hear me the first time. Even your Android fans and creators talk about Apple. Okay? And they don't deny the Android creators. I've seen it. I think it, okay? I see y'all out there talking about Apple and covering Apple because Apple gets you more traffic than Android does, okay? This has been a known thing on YouTube forever. If you're talking about Apple, you're getting traffic. If you're talking about an Android, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe, okay? Maybe. All right, let me keep going. I need to catch up with these comments, yo. How can we forget that, Gwendolyn? We can't forget that. I mean, what, iPhone 4? Yeah, iPhone 4 antenna gate? Oh, yeah. Definitely. All right, this dude has no name, but he said Viper, or this dude or female. I don't know if it's a dude or female. I don't know. But Viper, do you think that Steve Jobs would have done a better job? I think Tim Cook is a lot better. How he changed to selling a one iPhone of 4 different types. That is a very good question, and I will give you an honest answer. No. Actually, no. Let me take it back. I don't think that if Steve Jobs was still the CEO today, Apple would not be a $3 trillion company because that's not how Steve Jobs thought. Steve Jobs existed to give the customer the best product experience possible. His whole thing, his whole objective was to make the best possible product. He didn't care about the revenue. He cared about the revenue, but the revenue was secondary to him. The product was primary. The product was primary. The revenue was secondary. With Tim Cook, the revenue is primary. The product is secondary, clearly. So, no, I do not think Steve Jobs would have made as much money for Apple today as Tim Cook has. But obviously, we might have better Apple products because of Steve Jobs. But hey, it is what it is. All right, Joseph, AntennaGate and the disastrous Mobile Me and Apple Maps launches happened under Steve Jobs. Let's not act like he was flawless. No, I'm not saying that he's flawless. I mean, I can't. I'm not talking about Steve Jobs. He's not here anymore. Okay. Why am I talking about Steve Jobs and he's not here? Okay. I'm talking about Tim Cook. The live stream says Tim Cook. It does not say Steve Jobs. I get what y'all saying, but the title of the live stream literally says Tim Cook. Okay. But I got you, though. I got you. I'm having too much fun with y'all now. I'm having too much fun, man. It's been too long, y'all. It's been too long, but I'm back. Back in the building. Let's go. All right, who else is out here? Bob said the MacBooks today are cheaper, faster, more reliable than previous Intel models. Oh, absolutely. I mean, and that has to do with the introduction of Apple Silicon. So, hell yeah, absolutely. I mean, of course they're cheaper and more reliable. They're using their own silicon now. So, again, I guess that's another Tim Cook victory that he could put in coffers. The introduction of Apple Silicon, definitely, absolutely, no doubt about it. All right, Gwendolyn says the fact that Apple made their own chips and modems now, the foundation for the next CEO is sold. Oh, solid. Yo, yeah, God, yes. The only thing now that needs to happen, Gwendolyn, is now Apple needs to finish making the modem for the iPhone, right? They started with the C1X modem and the iPhone Air and other iPhone products, or other Apple products, excuse me, but they still have not put their own modems into the main iPhone Pros and different things like that. But when they get these modems to a point where they're comfortable putting them in the iPhone Pros, it's over, bro. It's over. It's Joe over. Okay? It's Joe over. So absolutely, fam. Apple, when Apple gets to the point where they make their own modems and their own modems are ready for prime time, ooh, we look out, world. Look out, Qualcomm. Qualcomm is in trouble, fam. When Apple modems become a thing and they become a thing that they actually pose a threat to Qualcomm, yeah, fam, watch out. No, you didn't upset me. I was just saying that, I don't like to get too political on the channel, but I felt like I've explained enough for you to be able to get from my content of how I voted. I'm not going to tell you publicly who I voted for, because again, I'm not doing that. But if you read between the lines, you should know who I voted for last presidential election. If the chat wants to tell them the chat, you can tell them who I voted for. I'm pretty sure the chat can figure it out. Okay. Okay. All right. It's not that hard. Okay. I don't think I'm not going to say it publicly because I'm not doing that, but I think you could tell. The chat knows. Okay. The chat knows. The street knows and the chat knows. All right. Moving on. Let's see. Oh, man. Oof. Hit me with the hard question, bro. Oh, man. I've been thinking about this, fam. I've been thinking about this, bro. So I was looking at my creator studio, my YouTube studio for the channel, right? And it has been 352 days since I made a tech video. It's been almost a calendar year since I made a tech video, fam. It's crazy. But I can't tell y'all I miss it. I don't really miss it because there's not much going on in the tech space. And if we can be honest for a minute, the main thing that's happening in tech YouTube right now is creators making videos talking about how they left Linus Tech Tips. What the? You know what I'm about? You know what I'm trying to say? What the? Really? That's where we're at, Tech YouTube? Tech YouTube is falling off so hard that we got creators making videos talking about why they left Linus Tech Tips. Even if they didn't work for Linus, they're still making videos talking about why they left Linus Tech Tips. That's where Tech YouTube is at. Maybe I do need to come back because that's some bullshit, okay? That is terrible, okay? Maybe Viper needs to come back and infuse the tech space with some more Viper energy. Viper energies of the past, Viper vibes of the past, because if that's where we're at in Tech YouTube, that's sad, man. That's sad as hell. What are we doing? Why I left Linus Tech Tips? Are you kidding me with this crap? Oh, my Lord. All right, let me keep going. Good Lord. What is happening right now? Bro, yeah, the software side, iOS lately, the iOS, again, I think Genosis has been one of the biggest complainants of iOS 26. So yeah, man. Oh boy, yeah. The reason iOS builds have not been the most stable ones, but you know, I mean, they've been all right, but they have definitely been better in the past for sure. All right, Bob, if Apple Silicon keeps getting faster every year, even though they're already the fastest chips on the market, I mean, you can't stand still, bro. You got to keep innovating. If you don't keep innovating, you get passed up. So no doubt. All right, Joe said you are all putting too much emphasis on Cook and its impact on hardware and software. He isn't an engineer, product manager, or designer. He's a CEO. Odds are that the new CEO won't change much. I don't know about that. Here's the thing, Joe. Every CEO has their thing, right? And when they have their thing, that thing tends to become the focus for the entire company. When Steve Jobs was the CEO, he was a product visionary. So that was the focus of the entire company. When Tim Cook became CEO, he was a numbers, revenue, logistic guy. So the numbers and the revenue became the focus of the entire company. I mean, we got Apple services, for God's sake. We now have an Apple Creator Studio subscription service, Joe. I mean, what do we do? What? I can't even pay for Final Cut Pro one time no more, Joe. I got to pay for a monthly subscription to Final Cut Pro and a bunch of crap I don't need. So I don't know if I can agree with that, Joe. I don't know if I can agree with that. I mean, I get what you're saying, but when a CEO has their thing, that thing tends to permeate the entire company because that's that CEO's thing. So, yeah, I think the revenue aspect of Tim Cook has definitely permeated the entire company, and not always in the best way, because this whole Creator Studio model crap, what are we doing? I mean, I guess if you use all of the things, you could get some benefit out of it. But if you're Viper and you're only using Final Cut Pro and you got to worry about Creator Studio for a bunch of monkey crap I don't use, ew, gross. It's gross. What's that thing the football players do these days? Get it out of here, it stinks. It stinks. Get it out of here, it's terrible. It smells bad. I don't like it. Get it out of here. Get it out of here. All right. God, that was much fun tonight. This is great. Woo! Bob said the UI designer for iOS Mac 26 was kicked out. That's cool. It's all good. I mean, it is what it is. All right, Joseph, when the AI bubble bursts, he will be remembered for not betting the house on AI. You are all acting like he's sitting there deciding what kind of cushion to put on the AirPods. I don't know if the AI bubble is going to burst anytime soon, my guy. AI is, I think a lot of people are making the mistake of thinking that AI is a fad. AI is not a fad. AI is here. It is revolutionizing the entire tech space, and it's something that needs to be taken into account when you are designing products and services in the future moving forward. And AI is not going away. So if his whole thing is not to focus on AI, that ain't gonna work. And obviously he's not doing that because they're partnering with Google to upgrade Siri for next year. Actually, this year, I should say. But yeah, you gotta. I mean, AI is a thing. You gotta focus on it. You can't just ignore it. You ignore it, you end up like BlackBerry and Nokia. You don't want to do that, bro. You don't want to do that. All right, let's see. Lobo says Apple is a multi-diverse company that creates innovative products. Tim is just a mouthpiece, but I give him benefit of the doubt creating new subscriptions in order to make money. Again, he is a revenue guy. His thing is to make revenue, and he has done that better than any CEO probably in the history of CEOs. So shout out to Tim Cook for figuring out ways to make revenue, for sure. He is that dude. That's what he does. He is that dude. Let's see. ABC says, what do you think of Apple programmers that are Arabic work with Apple? Do you think that's a good idea? I mean, I'm pretty sure they have a few Arabic programmers. I mean, programmers are from all walks of life. I mean, who cares what their background is? Who cares what their ethnicity is? If they could program, they can program. I don't care. Let them run. Let them cook, man. Let them cook. What are we doing here? All right, JJ says Ronnie Keegan did a sponsor video for Apple, but that's the only one I've ever heard of. Okay. That is an extremely rare thing. Like, and I mean, I've never even heard of that person. I'm guessing they're not a tech creator. But yeah, I think Apple has been doing more like sponsored content with lifestyle creators, kind of what Google has done with Team Pixel when they kind of eliminated it, and they went with more like they went with more lifestyle content creators and things like that. So yeah, I think they are doing a little bit of that. But usually, especially in the tech space, Apple ain't paying nobody in tech, fam. Apple is paying no tech creator to make content, and they don't have to. Technically, T, what's up, bro? I know this has been I know you've been here a while. I don't even know if you're still here, but what up, my man? Technically, T in the building, bro. We got to get together and chat sometime, man. It has been way too long since you've been on the show. Actually, I don't even do this show enough to even complain about you not being on the show, but still, I need to get you back on the mic, fam. We need to get back on the mic and chat, yo. I got to work something out with you, bro. I got to work something out with you. Get you back on the mic. We got to get back together, yo. It's been too long since I've had somebody in the guest spot in this live stream. I need to get on that. Let's see. Janelle says the Mac transition to ARM would have happened with any CEO. Oh yeah, I think so. I think so for sure. All right, let me keep going here. The streets need that tech content fight. The streets demand it. I know, right? I know. He said, "What happened with Lionel? Who's Lionel? I don't know who Lionel is. Y'all got to let me. Oh, Linus. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. You don't know? Yeah. All right. I don't know all. Okay, I don't know all the details, but basically, what happened, Gwendolyn, is that there was a Linus employee recently left the company, right? And he made a video explaining why he left the company, and basically because he said his pay was stagnant. And he was building stuff in his boss's new house. And he was like, will I ever own a house? This, that, and the other. And he left the company. And he made a video about it. For whatever reason, this thing, it has become a trend now that everybody and their mama is now making videos around why they left Linus Tech Tips. I don't know why this is the trend. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my creator life on YouTube. But now the trend is everybody and their mama, even if they didn't work for Linus, they are now making videos talking about why they left Linus Tech Tips. Because there's one guy in this one video. I don't understand it. It's weird. The internet is a weird place, but that's what's going on with Linus. All right, let me keep going with the commentary. I still got a lot to catch up on. JJ says, so much going on in the tech world, bro. I see a certain tech YouTuber posting 2 videos a day. Crazy. Okay, there's always some stuff going on. I don't know. I feel like the stuff that's happening in the tech world is kind of boring, to be honest with you. There's nothing really major happening. I think the innovations are kind of at a standstill. I know AI is making waves right now, but there's not really too much big going on. But I don't know. I probably should make a video in the next 13 days to avoid going a whole year without making a tech video. That'd be kind of wild. Did you realize that there has never been an entire 365-day period where I have not made a tech video since 2018? Since 2018, I made tech videos almost every week without fail. Well, not almost every week, but every year, I should say. Every year, I made tech videos without fail since 2018. So I need to rectify that in 13 days. I will officially go with a year without making a tech video, which is kind of crazy. So your boy might be back. I just got to figure out what I'm going to talk about, but your boy might be back at least for that one video anyway. Janelle says, I've been using macOS Tahoe as we speak, and it's been slightly buggy for me. Okay. All right. He's almost thinking about rolling back to the one before Tahoe. There's some of that stuff going on too. People want to roll back. Usually it's with equipment that's not supported in the update, so they want to roll back to when the equipment was supported. So that stuff going on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He said, El Cholesterol says you can still pay for Final Cut Pro separately in full price. Yes, that is correct. But for how long? That remains to be seen. Because my guess is the one-time payment is on the way out. That would be my guess. Brad, what's up, Brad? Good to see you, my dude. Hopefully you're doing well. Appreciate you being here, man. Happy Friday to you. Jonathan, God bless Craig for letting me roll back macOS. At the same time, F Craig for not letting me roll back iOS. Jonathan got beef with Craig, y'all. Jonathan got beef with Craig. I love it, yo. I love it. That's so funny. Oh, that's hilarious. Joseph, AI could revolutionize the tech space and still be a bubble. Almost $1 trillion has been spent with no ROI in sight. There is no business plan by any of these companies. It's all a bubble. Huh? We'll see. We will see. You know what's really a bubble though? Bitcoin. Bitcoin was a bubble. I never believed in Bitcoin, fam. I never believed in Bitcoin, and it turned out to be nothing but a bunch of monkey crap, as I figured it would be. But maybe that's just me being an old fogey, but I never believed in Bitcoin. Brad says the worst thing that can happen to Apple is for them to no longer be considered cool and luxurious. Mention the AI vote could result in that. God save a lame Apple Inc. You make a good point, man. You make a good point. Jason says, I feel like Apple is slowly dying. No innovation, no creativity, nothing. They need to study Samsung, Xiaomi, Honor for true innovation. Damn. He said, Apple, go out west. I said, Apple, you need to go out west and get your innovation game up because you're lacking right now. You're lacking. Woo! Oh, I'm caught up. Look at that. I'm caught up. Yeah. Jonathan, I can't stay mad at Craig with that hair. He's in love with. He has a bromance with Craig. With Hair Force One. He has a bromance with my man Hair Force One. And look who the cat tracked in my man the Norwegian sensation, Elvid. Hey, what's up, bro? How you been? Good to see you. Better late than never, my guy. Appreciate you being here, rocking with your boy, the man about tech. We back in the building live on Friday Night Vibe, talking about Tim Cook, Apple, and all of the things, yo. Air Force One. Genoson's in here. We got T in the building. We got all my people in the building. T said Apple good. It's only us in the tech space that talks like this. Pretty much. Yeah, Apple's not going anywhere. Apple's not doomed. They're not going anywhere. They're not going under anytime soon. Listen, I'll tell you like this. For all of y'all that are watching or listening to me right now, nothing will happen to Apple in your lifetime, in our lifetime, okay? Apple will be fine for as long as we are alive, okay? There is nothing that is going to happen to Apple in our lifetime, okay? If something happens to Apple, it will be after all of us are long gone. Okay, we all will be gone by the time Apple like takes a major hit or declines, and at least that's what I think. I mean, crazier things have happened though. Crazier things have happened, but the way Apple is moving right now, nothing's gonna happen to them. Like as far as relevancy, their market cap value, whatever the case may be. I mean, hell, Apple owns the entire United States as far as consumer electronics go. They're not going anywhere. Okay. And I don't know how many of y'all ever seen the movie Demolition Man with Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone and Sandra Bullock, right? So in the movie Demolition Man, it's about a dystopian future or whatever the case may be. But in the future, all restaurants are Taco Bell, right? That's the big thing. Like in the future, all restaurants are Taco Bell. Well, right now we are in that future, and all phones are iPhone, and all consumer electronics is Apple in this country, not across the world, obviously, but in the United States. All consumer electronics are Apple. Literally, we are here. We are in that future. So as long as that is the case, Apple will be A-okay. There's no problem. Even the youth are coming up with iPhones and Apple products, and it's like 80% youth are rocking with Apple and iPhone. That is not going to change anytime soon. It is what it is. Right. McDonald's of all. Telling you, all restaurants are Taco Bell and Demolition Man. And all consumer electronics in the United States in 2026 and beyond are Apple. It is what it is. It's just the way it is. Apple has taken over, yo, and nobody's stopping them, yo. They're like the evil empire. What do you say? The cheeseburger and Valerian steel. He said the cheeseburger and Valerian steel. You a fool. You a fool, bro. Oh, that's funny. All right, JJ says, my friends always talk about how Android is better than Apple, but yet still iPhone because they say they are stuck in that ecosystem. Excuses if you ask me, right? Exactly, right? Even if you use Android and you try to get out, you can't escape the ecosystem because everybody else that you know is using Apple. That's why I told y'all earlier, even your Android tech YouTubers talk about Apple because Apple is what gets the views on YouTube. Everybody know. Ask Technically T in the chat. If he's still in the chat, ask T what happens when he does an Android video. Ask T. What happens when Technically T does an Android video of any kind? What happens? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because Apple is where it's at, okay? Because the majority of T's audience is in the United States of America. And as long as that's the case, they are going to care about Apple content first and foremost. They don't give a monkey's nibble about Android at all. Yes, T, I pay attention. I pay attention, y'all. I be paying attention, okay? I already know. I'm telling y'all. Y'all already know this, yo. Y'all already know this, okay? Exactly. Nothing. Absolutely, positively nothing. They don't, right? They don't care. They don't care. Exactly. I try to tell y'all, they don't care, yo. They don't give a damn. It is sad because Android makes good products, but nobody on YouTube, the YouTube audience does not give a monkey's nipple about Android unless you have an Android channel. Because if you have an Android channel, then you have cultivated an Android audience and they will care, sure. But like most channels that are not Android channels, they don't give a monkey's nipple about anything Android because the viewers don't give a crap. They don't care. All right. What the? Okay, I don't know what the. Okay, that comment we're not talking about. I don't even know anything about that. Anyway, JJ says whatever Austin Duncan posts about Android, it really does well. I guess it matters who covers it more. You mean Austin Evans? What do you mean? You mean Austin Evans? Really? Who? Austin Duncan? What? Wait a minute. Maybe that's probably his real name, isn't it? That's probably his real name. But okay, I know him as Austin Evans. Okay, we don't do government names on Vibe Live. Okay, we do not do government names on here. We don't do that. Okay, we don't do that. Unless it's John Prosser, then we do government names. Because he goes by John Prosser, yo. But other than that, we don't do government names here, yo. We don't do government names, bro. Right? What are we? Right? My man out here using government names, bro? We don't do government names on Vibe Live. What are you doing out here, bro? yo. I love y'all. I miss y'all so damn much, man. I miss y'all. I miss y'all for real. Oh man, this man came up with a government name. I can't breathe, yo. I can't breathe. Right? Right? What are we doing out here, yo? What are we doing out here, yo? What are we doing out here? We'll let it slide, fam. We'll let it slide this time. Only this time. You do that again, you get put in timeout, bro. You do that again, we put you in timeout. You got to sit in the corner and think about what you did, bro. You got to sit in the corner and think about what you did. Okay. All right, let me calm down. All right. Hey, do y'all like have any questions about anything we talked about tonight as it relates to Apple and Tim Cook and Donald Trump? I mean, I know y'all ain't got no question about Donald Trump, but I mean, obviously, what Trump has done with the tariff and things like that has had a direct effect on Apple. So if you got any questions about that, feel free to drop them in the chat. If you got any other tech-related questions, feel free to drop them in the chat as well. Well, I think there's something else I thought I wanted to talk about, but I cannot think of it at the moment. Let me see if I catch anything in the thing here. Yeah. Janelle says, you want to talk about Joanna Stern? I do actually. I should clip this too. So for those of y'all who are in the tech space, I'm pretty sure you know who Joanna Stern is. She is a reporter for the Wall Street Journal, and she is leaving the Wall Street Journal to do her own thing. And I say, hell yeah, Joanna, do your thing. Like, she's been working there for 12 years. She is one of the most famous tech reporters in the world. She covers all of the Apple events and different things like that. And her videos are like top notch, man. She's just different with her videos. She doesn't do the usual mundane tech video. What did she do? She put what phone was that? She made a hot dog out of. What did the phone? I think she put the Fold 7 in a hot dog butter, right? Like, Joanna is out there, yo. Joanna is different. She is built different. Okay. Joanna she's an OG. She's a legend, fam. But I am excited for her to see what she does with her own channel. She's building. She says she's building her own consumer media company, consumer tech media company. So I'm excited to see what she does with that. I think she's going to absolutely crush it. A lot of the journalists that have gone on and done their own YouTube channels have absolutely crushed it, and I expect no different from Joanna. Me and Joanna are pretty cool. She a few years ago, she cut one of my. She took one of my videos. She took a clip from one of my videos and put it in one of her videos. And it was also a video that she put a clip of Marquez. So she put a clip of me and a clip of Marquez in one of her videos. And it was the same video. I was like, whoa. I'm like, huh? I mean, I wasn't expecting it. I'm like, wait, huh? That was one of the coolest things that ever happened to me as a tech creator. Like, ended up in a Wall Street Journal video because Joanna took one of my clips. I'm like, that was pretty cool. So I talked to her every now and then on Twitter. She's cool people. I actually tried to get her to come talk tonight, but it was last minute, and she probably didn't even see my tweet. So it is what it is. But don't be surprised sometime in the future if she ends up on the channel, y'all. Y'all know how I do, right? Y'all know who I am. So don't be surprised in the future if you see Joanna Stern's face on this channel. We gonna try to make that happen here in 2026. That might be my one tech resolution for 2026 to get Joanna on the channel. That would be a fun conversation if I can make that happen. I'm pretty sure I can make that happen. We just got to figure out the time. But yeah, we'll figure that out. Let's see. You know, she's going to grind, bro. She's going to grind her behind off. Like, if that woman is going to work, I ain't worried about her. She's gonna be fine. She's going to crush it. All right, JJ says, let's talk technically T and how he's literally the guy right now for cases. Ain't no one doing it better. Everyone has new. Yo, bro. I can't even remember. I don't even know how long I've known technically T. It has to be probably as long as I've been a creator, man. I remember seeing him in Saucy Carter's live chats and things like that. And then obviously he was doing his case videos and different things like that. And the coolest thing about T is to see the evolution, man, from where he first started doing videos to how he does videos now, where he has like 1,000 Sony A4s in his studio and things like that. This dude is out here doing movie level productions for casings and shit. And it's just like cool. And to your point, he is the go-to guy for casings. Like, there used to be another creator that was like the go-to guy for casings. I forget his name. Accessorize Me. There used to be a creator that had a channel called Accessorize Me, who used to be the go-to case guy, but not anymore. T kind of stole his mojo. T stole his mojo, okay? So now if you want to talk about cases of any kind, you are going to technically T. And even the bigger creators recognize technically T. T gets cases from Everything Apple Pro. T gets cases from Unbox Therapy because y'all know they make their own cases and they send them to T. He gets cases from Speedgen. Who else? All these other Nomad. Anybody who makes cases, anybody who is about anything in the case game, they go through T. And if they're not going through T, they got a problem. It's that major out here. It is that major. So hey, okay. Everybody know if you want a case to be reviewed and looked at, you got to contact T. If you're not contacting T, you losing money. That's just how it is, yo. Because there's a lot of people on here that will not buy a case unless technically T reviews that mofo, okay? It is that serious. So if you don't get your case in front of technically T, you messing out. You missing money, bro. You losing money out here. Brands, you heard your boy Vipe. If your case is not in front of technically T camera, you are losing money. Don't do that. Don't be that brand, fam. Don't be that brand. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's see that. So Jonathan Vipe, do you think she'll have the same opportunity to grill Apple in interviews or no? Oh, hell yes. Kidding me? Bro, Joanna Stern is a tech legend. Okay. She's still going to get invited to Apple events. She is still going to get sit down interview with Tim Cook and Craig and all of them. That's nothing going to change. The only thing that's going to change is that she's not going to be with the Wall Street Journal, but her accent will not change. I promise you that. Everybody in the tech space respects that woman, and you're not freezing out Joanna Stern. You're not doing that. That's not happening, bro. That would be a bad bit. That would be a bad business. It'd be a bad look, bro. It'd be a bad look. All right, let's see. Right now, I think let's see. Okay, I'm talking about there. Jonathan said there's a Canadian with a dog, but being a Canadian myself, T is the better creator. That's all you got? The Canadian? That could be a bunch of channels. What do you mean Canadian with a dog? What am I supposed to do with that? I can't do nothing with that. Canadian with a... What the hell you mean there's a Canadian with a dog? Like there's a million Canadians with dogs. What am I supposed to do with that, bro? I don't know, fam. I don't know, bro. I feel like in terms of relevance in the case game, I feel like you got him beat. Maybe that's me being naive. Maybe me being naive or whatever. And I got to buy it because I know you personally, but I don't know, fam. I mean, obviously he's up there, but again, I feel like in terms of relevance today, I feel like you are it. Like when it comes to cases, you are it, fam. You got the niche on lock, bro. You got the niche on lock. I'm just saying. Let's see. Brad says mobile. Oh, all mobile review Canadian. Okay. Yeah, I know who that is. He's pretty cool for the most part. Jason says, I want to see him review Thinborn. I think that's the only case I haven't seen, but I don't buy it because he don't cover it. I think there might be a reason why he doesn't review Thinborn, but you can ask me yourself since he's in the chat. I think there might be a reason for that, but I'm not going to go into that because that's kind of, that might get messy, and I'm not touching that. So T can address that if you want to address that. All right, speaking of T, off topic, do you think your coach was robbed for Coach of the Year? No. Actually, no, I'll take it back. I feel like the fact that he only got one first place vote is bullshit. That's what I feel like. But did I expect him to win the award? No, not at all. I figured Mike Vrabel will win it because he brought the Patriots back from like death to the Super Bowl. So I figured it would be Vrabel's award. But I feel like Ben Johnson should have got more first place votes. I feel like the fact that he only got one is a bunch of BS, and it's a bunch of Matt LaFleur's buddies probably ganging up and like, we're gonna include Ben because he didn't shake Matt LaFleur's hand properly. You don't get out of here with them BS, bro. Bunch of clicky monkey crap. Get out of here with that bull. That's okay. That's all right. So you know what's going to happen, right, T? You know what's about to happen next year. They all going to pay, fam. They all going to pay. Everybody that didn't give Ben Johnson the first place vote is going to pay dearly next season, and I cannot wait. It's going to be a movie, fam. It's going to be a movie. All right. Any other questions before we get up out of here? Feel free to drop them in the chat. Again, I appreciate y'all dropping in for the combo. It's been too long, man. I need to get back on here more often, more regularly. I know I need to be better about that. I appreciate y'all hanging out tonight, man. It's always good to reconnect with my people here. Appreciate all of y'all dropping in on this Friday. Appreciate the conversation about Tim Cook and Apple. It's really going to be interesting to see when Tim Cook does step down, when he decides to finally give the reins over to somebody else, and how Apple proceeds from there. That could be very interesting to me, because then we get to see what Joe was talking about earlier. If they get a more product-centric CEO at the helm, will the product improve? I'm really curious about that. Or will it be status quo? I don't know. The pessimist in me tends to believe it's going to be status quo, because Apple is operating at like such a machine right now that I'm not sure they're going to change too much because they're operating and they're making a shit ton of money. So they don't really have a reason to change how they operate. But I am curious to see if a product focused CEO does put more emphasis on product quality. I'm curious about that. I genuinely wonder if that's going to change. My gut says no, but maybe I'm wrong. All right, Jason says, how do you feel about the tech and robotics mixed with devices that collab with other brands? Can it possibly expand into something bigger? Okay, how do you feel about the tech and robotics mixed with devices that collab with other brands? I don't know, man. I mean, do you have an example of that happening right now? I mean, is there an example of that happening today? I don't know, like tech and robotics that collab. I mean, there are a bunch of tech brands that collab. I mean, wasn't it just, I think it was last year or the year before last that Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon just joined the Matter campaign to make all of their smart products compatible with each other with the Matter initiative. So you have the Matter initiative going on for smart home products. So that's pretty cool. But as far as robotics in particular, I'm not really sure. But I mean, there's definitely going to be some type of collaboration with other brands in place. I just don't know what an example of that will be like today. But as far as tech brands collaborating with each other, it's already happening. It's definitely already happening, and I expect it will continue to happen for sure. All right, Jonathan, a new CEO, any visible changes won't be noticeable for years. That's probably right because it's going to take them a while to implement things that they want to implement in the way that they want to implement them. So you are correct. It will be a long time for sure. TJ says, I have a question, Viper. Where do you see candy bar phones going in the future? Ooh, damn, y'all answering the hard questions tonight. I love it. Oh, man. So here's the thing. And this is another one of those things where I will say that in my lifetime, I don't know if they're going anywhere, but I feel like in the far, far future, they're going to be gone because I feel like we're going to transition to wearable technology. Kind of like the Minority Report, movies like that, where you see like people using their hands for their phone and different things like that. I feel like that's where tech is going. I just don't think we're going to get there in my lifetime or in your lifetime, but that's where we're going. We're going the way of the wearable. But the tech does not exist yet to get to that point. At least not to that extreme anyway. That is like you're talking about tech on such a miniature level that it's going to take them years to develop that type of technology, and we are not close. But we're on our way, though. We are on our way. Apple and Google need to collab. They already are collabing. What do you mean? Have you not been paying attention to my live stream tonight? I literally just said earlier that Apple and Google are collabing on an upgraded Siri. Like that is already happening. Like what am I speaking Spanish tonight? I just talked about this like an hour ago. Apple and Google are collaborating on the new Siri, which is coming out this summer. Actually, it will be out this summer for iOS 27, and I will be testing it. So I'll probably make those videos as well because that's going to definitely be something I'm looking forward to see the new Siri. So yeah, Apple and Google are already collaborating. Actually, Apple and Google have been collaborating for umpteen years. Did you know that Google is the default search engine on iPhone? It has been since what? Damn. iPhone what? I think since the original iPhone, I believe. If somebody could correct me if I'm wrong on that, but Google has been paying Apple like $3 billion a year for like the last like what? Almost 20 years of iPhone? Yeah, the iPhone's been around almost 20 years, right? Because it came out in 2007. So yeah, Google and Apple have been collaborating already for a long, long time. Long time, bro. Long time. Let's see. Let me see. Brian, what's up, man? How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Actually, speaking of guys who make case videos, if you want a creator that's on the come up making case videos, check out Brian's channel, y'all. Brian be doing it big out here. So shout out to Brian. And another one of my favorite creators just joined the chat here, my man Josh Quinones. What's up, Josh? How you doing, sir? Long time no talk, man. Good to see you out there. Appreciate you. Hopefully you're doing well, my dude. What is happening with you? The Samsung God is here. He's in the building. Appreciate him being here. And we got speaking of God, we got the tech God in here. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Appreciate you. Hopefully you're doing well. What's going on with you? Brian says, I can't wait for that. I'm definitely doing beta if they allow for Gemini right away. I hope so. I really hope so, bro. But yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm gonna be all over that beta, fam. I'm gonna be all over that beta as soon as it drops because I want to see the changes. I want to see if Siri really got an upgrade. Yo. I want to see it with my own eyes. It's one of those things where I will not believe it until I see it and experience it for myself, okay? I need that in my life. I need that, okay? I need that. Jonathan, I need to rub my eyes a little and make sure I was seeing correctly. Vipers Live. Yeah, I know, man. It's been too long, but your eyes are not deceiving you. You are locked into the one and only man about tech. We are here. We are live on Friday night. I think my man Linus is live. Y'all should go ask him who else is leaving the company today. Y'all should go to the WAN chat and be like, yo, who else is leaving the company, Linus? Who else is heading out of there, bro? Who else left you today, bro? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That whole trend is just making me shake my head. Like, what are we doing, yo? What are we doing, yo? Hey, you know how I call it like I see it, bro. I've seen the content, bro. I appreciate you and what you do over there on the channel, bro. Keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing, bro. Hey, y'all know me, man. If I see creators out here putting in work, I have no problem giving them their shine, man. I've been doing it for almost 10 years, bro. Like, y'all know. I remember that one time I did a thing where I featured a bunch of creators. I think it was on my main channel, though. I featured a bunch. Oh, actually, no, was it on the main channel or this channel? I think it was on the main channel, right? I did a thing where I featured. Actually, no. It was on this channel because I had them on the live stream. I had 8 or 9 up and coming tech creators on this channel for a live stream to talk about their channels and things like that. And a lot of them actually went on to do big things. One of them probably wish I wouldn't have had him on the channel, but I won't get into that, dude. I will leave that alone. If you've been around long enough, you probably know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to mention him by name, but I probably shouldn't have had him on the channel, given what he did in the past. We won't talk about that, but yeah. But most of them were legit cats, and they have gone on to do big things in the tech space. So, yeah, that's what's up. All right, let's see. All right, do that, fam. Do that. Make that video, bro. Make that. Josh, man, yo, why I love Lie Detective, yo. Josh be like, I love LTT because they didn't have enough Samsungs in the building, yo. He's like, yo, they didn't have that. They didn't have that Galaxy S30, yo. He's like, yo, you're supposed to be Lie Detective. You supposed to have the latest and greatest, the newest shit. You didn't even have that Samsung S30, bro. I gotta go. I gotta go. Josh, like, I'm out of here, yo. I'm going to somebody that has the S30, fam. Yo, I'm wild. I am wild tonight, yo. Let's go. Let's go. Tech out there. We're not too long away from Linus himself leaving. Actually, you're probably right. He's been talking about retiring for a while now. I think he was contemplating it a few years ago, and yeah, he's gonna walk away for sure. I think what's gonna happen with that is that he's probably gonna sell the company and get a nice little payday, and he's gonna be done. And it'll be well deserved too. It'll be well deserved, man. That dude's been grinding for over 20 years, fam. So he deserves to walk away with whatever next thing he walks away with. But yeah, he's gonna walk away with a large sum of money when he sells that company, and it'll be well deserved for sure. Okay, do you think there's redemption for you know who? Genosin knows what I'm talking about. Genosin's been around me for like 10 years. Genosin's been one of the people that have been following me for almost 10 years, so he knows everything. Like, there's not much that get past Genosin, but do I think there's redemption? Yeah, probably. I mean, you know, it was when it happened, it was pretty egregious. But there have been people in the world that have done much worse shit than what that guy did. So there will definitely be redemption for him. In the creator space, in the creator community, I don't know if that's going to be a thing. I mean, I know he has a close circle of friends that still rock with him, and kudos to them. But I know that us creators that were affected by it, we won't forget that shit at all. We definitely won't forget. But it could be redemption for him. I don't think he's going to be. I don't think it's one of those things where it's irredeemable. I think there could be redemption for sure. Jonathan, did you see that clip on him using the laptop on the Tonight Show and it didn't work right? I saw it on Twitter, yo. I saw that. Bro, that had to be terrible, man. Could you imagine getting paid by Lenovo to be on the Tonight Show to feature their laptop and the shit don't work? Oh, I heard, from what I've heard, he handled it like a pro, but still, that had to be terrible, fam. I would be sweating bullets, bro, getting paid by Lenovo to do that spot and then be in that position and the shit don't even work, bro. Also, that was probably the last time I did anything with Lenovo, bro. Bro, if I'm honest, I'm not doing anything else with Lenovo, at least not in that capacity, because if your shit don't work, because here's the thing. Not only is it bad for Lenovo, it's bad for Linus. Like that made Linus look bad. And we know how tech creators are about our credibility, especially in front of a live audience like that, in front of a national audience. And that Lenovo laptop made Linus look like that. Oh no, fam. I'm like, I'm sorry, Lenovo. Nope. Not like that, fam. I mean, yeah, you could do like a regular video with them, but anything live like that, I would never do anything live with Lenovo again in life. That'll be the end of that relationship. Like, no, fam, we're not doing that no more. If I can't trust your product to work, nope, can't do it. Can't do it. No, thank you. No, thank you. Bro, it was bad, bro. That was terrible. But it was bad for Lenovo, and it was bad for Linus. That was bad. I know Linus was like, what the hell, bro? Linus was probably cussing 1,000 cussing under his breath, bro. He was like, what the hell is this shit? Right. That's not quite the same thing, but yeah, that could be funny too. The best mobile tool is a Mac laptop, period. Yo, Mac for life, fam. I am live streaming to you all right now from my M3 Max MacBook Pro. Okay, my damn near maxed out M3 Max MacBook Pro or M3 Max MacBook Pro. This thing's a beast. I ain't giving up until it dies, and hopefully it won't die for a while. Because that was up. Because it's a very expensive computer, and I don't have that type of money anymore. All right, let's see what else we got here. Windows laptop can get. You don't say get the stepping, fam. Get the stepping. Tech out says like the iPhone. Oh yeah. Now that wasn't that bad because they had a backup plan. Luckily they had a backup, but that was pretty bad too. But they had a backup, so they got saved. Craig got saved in that situation because he had a backup. But if he didn't have a backup, that'd have been pretty funny. Oh wait. Smooth Sean, what's good Viper been a minute? Yo, what's up, Sean? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Hopefully doing well. Appreciate you dropping in, my dude. Cholesterol says it probably wasn't Lenovo's fault. It was probably Microsoft Windows 11 having an issue. I mean, you might be right, but Lenovo's getting the blame because it's their laptop. It's their logo on the laptop, bro. So to your point, yes, it might not have been Lenovo's fault, but they're definitely getting the blame, bro. They are definitely getting the blame. Janota says, I just got a MacBook Pro, no regrets, even with the slightly buggy tie hole. Oh yeah, MacBooks are solid, bro. MacBooks are solid. I mean, I work with Windows computers every day. I ain't trying to go back, bro. I ain't trying to go back. I will stay with my MacBook. Thank you very much. I'm good. I'm good to go out here. I'm cool. Brad said they cut the Lenovo film from live TV broadcast, uploaded it on YouTube and social. Determined to likely be an overheating issue with the laptop being in the backpack. Yeah, okay, whatever. We know. The real ones know, fam. The real ones know. We know what's going on. We know what's going on. Yeah, man, we did, bro. It sucked that it ended the way it did, but we had a good run, bro. We had a good run. We did what we could. We had a good run. And yo, we had to do what we had to do, yo. We did it, yo. We did it, man. We did it. So hey, that one's up, bro. That one's up. All right, let's see what else. All right, any last thoughts, comments before we get up out of here? Feel free to drop them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm gonna give you your Friday back. I know my dude LaShawn. Holla at your boy. About to go live here in about 45 minutes, so y'all can go hang out with him if need be. If you want to do that. Tech out says anytime I try Windows nowadays, it feels like I step back in time like 5 years. I can see that, yo. I can see that, man. And again, I have to use it every day for work, yo. My job using HP computers, so I'm on an HP every day for work. So it's like, yeah, whatever. I mean, it does have Windows 11, but still, I'm like, yeah, give me back to my Mac, yo. Give me back to my Mac, okay? I ain't with the Windows stuff. I left the Windows world behind a long time ago. I'm cool. I'm good with that, yo. Jimmy said, wish us lucky vibe. All as of Red Devils have a match against Spurs at 12 today. This afternoon. Oh, Saturday here in the UK. I'm going to assume you're talking about a soccer match. Okay. I'm assuming it's a soccer match. And if I'm right, good luck. That should be a fun time for you all, for sure. If it's not soccer, then you have to let me know what sports you're talking about. I'm assuming it's a soccer match. I'm assuming. I could be wrong. No, I could be wrong. Janelle said, Windows have gone downhill last 5 years plus. Yeah. It's another thing, though. It's like, you can't really innovate too much with Windows because it's like the most used operating system in the world, and you don't want to break what ain't broken. But with all the malware and the updates and the patches, and that's probably my biggest issue with Windows more than anything. The patches, yo. Every day is like a patch. Like, bro, why? Why is there so many patches on Windows, fam? What are we doing here? What are we doing? Come on, Windows. Like, the only time my MacBook Pro gets patches when Apple releases the update every like month or whatever. Like once a month, if that. But Windows like once a week, damn near. Like, what are we doing, bro? Let's see. Jimmy has been doing amazing since Michael Carrick came in charge and took over. He's talking about football. Anytime I see Arsenal, I know I already know football, fam. It's soccer and football, soccer, football. It's all the same. It's soccer and football. Well, y'all call it football. We call it soccer here in the U.S. But yeah, I got you. He said proper football or footy. Okay, I was not familiar with the footy term, but I was familiar with the football term. Okay, that's a new one for me. I just learned something today. I did not know y'all called it footy. Okay, that's a new one. So many patches for so many bugs. Right, a patch every day. It seems like every day is a patch, fam. Like, come on, bro. Ain't nothing that broken. Ain't nothing that broken. Come on, Windows. Stop playing. Stop playing. El Cholesterol, they're using the AI for Windows 11 and it's breaking with more bugs than usual. Oh, Lord. God help us all, fam. God help us all. The sad thing is that Linux is less buggy than Windows these days. I've never really been a Linux user, but I've heard good things about it. So I will have to take your word for it, for sure. 3-2 against Fulham. Okay. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Jonathan, damn, I got to do a rewind on your stream. By the way, I'm with the Empire. Oh, okay. Okay. Now, hey, I was like, I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna say what's up. But now I know who you are. Okay, what's up, Wisdom, bro? I'm like, yo, I don't know who Smooth Sean is. I mean, I sound like a cool dude, but I don't know who that is. I've never seen that dude before. But Wisdom Empire, I have seen. That's what's up. Okay, I got you. Like, yo, I'm gonna say what's up, but I don't know who that is though. Check out I remember when Snazzy Lab released that video trying out the newer X Elite Windows laptop, and he lost his mind just trying to set the thing up. Bro, trying to set up a Windows laptop is an exercise in just frustration, yo. There's like 5,000 steps you got to take to set the laptop up. It can get frustrating very quickly. It's stupid. It's very dumb. Janota says, I love Linux, but sometimes a person just needs to chill and be hassle-free. macOS is doing that for me these days. Oh yeah, macOS and you set it and forget it, fam. You set it and forget it, and you just rock out with macOS, yo. I mean, yeah, it can happen bugs sometimes, it's like anything, but macOS is where it's at, bro. I'll take my MacBook every day of the week. I am not missing Windows at all. No, thank you. I'm cool. I'm great. No, I'm not with it. Not with it. The update to the Windows install. So many updates. Yes. Every time I go to image a computer for work, during the imaging process, there's like 1,000 updates that have to happen before the image is done. I'm like, come on, bro. I'm like, brah. Maybe I'll reach my next birthday by the time this imaging process is done. That's what it feels like, yo. I'm gonna have to hit a new birthday before the imaging process is done out here, bro. It's crazy out here. I don't know, yo. I don't know what's going on out here. I don't know what's going on out here, bro. Oh my goodness. Whoo. Okay. Oh man. All right, y'all. Give me y'all 5 minutes and I'm gonna get about here. Y'all got 5 minutes left. Actually, y'all got like 3 minutes left. Y'all got 3 minutes to like say y'all peace before we get up out of here. Again, I appreciate y'all being here and rocking out with your boy, checking in. I know it's been a long time. This has been like a month since I've been on the channel, but I appreciate y'all dropping in. We've been at 15 strong throughout the entire live stream. So I appreciate the 15 of y'all that have been in and out. Well, probably been more than 15 of you all, but the concurrent viewership has been 15 at least for the entire hour and 13 minutes I've been on here. So I appreciate y'all. What are you having for dinner tonight? I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure. I'll think back to you on that one. I don't know. I don't know. All right, you talking about people? I mean, bro. I know the players, but I do not know the players. I'm not familiar with the players like that, bro. You talking like I know the players. I don't know the players, bro. I don't know, but I'm glad you're having a good time with it, bro. You keep up with it. You enjoy it, man. And yo, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. All right, y'all. Yeah. This was fun. This was fun being back here, chatting with y'all, hanging out with y'all, with my people. It's so cool that I've been doing it for 8 years. And a lot of y'all have been here from jump. It's kind of crazy when you think about that. When I think about that, how I've been doing it for like 8 years and y'all still here, it's kind of nuts, but I appreciate that. Am I watching anything these days? No, I was about to start watching the second season of Hijacked on Apple TV Plus, but I kind of got interrupted. But yeah, I might go back to watching that, but I haven't really been watching anything else. So yeah, probably gonna go back to watching Hijacked. Oh, actually, you might be pissed at me. I need to finish Pluribus. I still haven't finished that. I need to finish episode 7, 8, and 9. So I need to finish that at some point. But yeah, I need to finish that. But yeah, hopefully I'll finish Pluribus at some point in the next like 2 or 3 weeks. Finish that up. But yeah, I'm probably go out over to watch Hijack on Apple TV next. But yeah, other than that, I'm good, bro. I haven't really been watching nothing. Oh, I'm so far behind on that. I have not watched that show since season 5, I think. So yeah, I am way behind. But that's one of the better shows on TV. So I'm glad you're enjoying that. That's a damn good show. Crazy how Nathan Fillion continued to make good cop shows, yo. Like that dude put that dude in a cop show, it just worked, yo. He had 8 years on Castle, and now he's on season 8 of The Rookie. Like, bro, you are just made for cop shows. Like, for real. You are in it, bro. You are in it. I've seen a few episodes of House. It's like I think it's like 6, 7 seasons of that show, so I haven't really had a chance to go back and watch all of it. But I know it's a good show. I haven't watched The Pit, but I've heard great things about The Pit, yo. I have not. I've only seen. I think I've seen episode 1. I only watched the first episode of The Pit. I know. Season 2 is coming out in January here, so I need to. If I want to catch up, I need to hurry and catch up. But yeah, I just I just don't watch a lot of TV, so it is what it is. But yeah, Pit. I've heard The Pit is good. I've heard Pit is very good. So that comes up. But I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. Y'all be easy, have fun, enjoy it. If you're gonna watch the Super Bowl this weekend, enjoy the Super Bowl. I don't really have a dog in the fight. I don't care. My team got eliminated. Damn it, that sucks. So, but if you're watching the Super Bowl, enjoy it. Be cool, and I will catch y'all on Twitter. Peace.